with a steal of the stuff, and Arkansas is within 3.
Like, all I've done for 2 weeks is work on Carter Knox.
Left side, Brazil, ball fake, and a one-hand throwdown.
How about Trevin? I put him at 5 and put 4 guys around him, and he went to work.
Billy ahead to A-Cup, layup good. Arkansas leads it by 1 and a foul.
That can get a bucket. He's one of the best guards in college basketball.
So the final's going to be 93-86.
I'm really proud of the guys.
Live from the Busch Light Studios. Produced by Colton Little with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft. This is The Morning Rush.
Went back home. Do you know there was a belt involved?
No idea.
Had no clue until they gave it to Trevin Brazil and Darius A-Cup. Evidently,
put it right next to the 94 title.
And I was going to say it's right up there. What a rematch. What a college basketball game. Personal was the word that Trevin Brazil used after the game. Carter Knox said something similar after the game in North Little Rock, and you could tell how personal it was to those two individuals. Carter and TB both had outstanding performances, as did Darius A-Cup, and Arkansas picks up their second big non-conference victory of the season. Again, you're playing all Elite 8 teams from last year, Texas Tech being one of them. Lost to Florida Gators in San Francisco after beating you. Fun college basketball game, fun atmosphere in Dallas, Texas. Glad we were down there to experience one of the best wins for Arkansas thus far this season.
So how was it? You were there. Mm-hmm. Take us to the arena. How was it?
Upper deck, wasn't anyone there. Club seats were pretty full. Lower bowl, I would say, was probably 75 to 80% full. What I was told is the people that were up top were told they could go sit down and find a seat by some friends and fans, so they ended up conglomerating, going down to the lower part. You had
early, it looked empty.
Yes, correct. You had a really good Arkansas crowd, but there was a good amount of Texas Tech fans there as well. I'm going to be honest, I thought there would be more fans there. You pointed out, again, closer to Christmas times. You've kind of got the division between, you're going to Dallas this past weekend. You got New Jersey and New York this next weekend. So a lot of people have to pick. They can't go to both. Either way, if you're just a college basketball fan, the back and forth, I mean, I mentioned Knox and TB. Anderson and Toppin, that combo, that two-man game is unbelievable. They go for 56 against Arkansas. Tommy, it felt like the exact same game last year, where those two killed you. Darian Williams went on that team, on this team this year, and yet on this time, Arkansas prevailed. And the other aspect to this is you only led for like 6 minutes. You go back to last year's game, Arkansas led the majority, and then Tech came back and won. The Razorbacks that were down the majority of this game, and then they closed out at the end.
All right, that's where we begin on a Hot Take Monday. It is brought to you by the Fence Man. 782-3936 is the number. Call the Fence Man for all your custom fence work, gates, powered automatic gates. Aluminum fencing's been really popular this year. It will never rot, doesn't fade, has a great look to it, can be easily cleaned. So ask about aluminum fencing. It's worth the extra on the front end. You can see all of their work and different designs and custom features and things they can do at thefencemanAR.com. ThefencemanAR.com. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work.
So is it Budwalton South, Barnhill Southwest? And I heard it being called a bunch of different things. This isn't Reunion Arena where you used to play the Southwest Conference tournament, but an area that Arkansas fans, a lot of them are already there. A lot of them made the trip down. What do you call this thing?
American Airlines
Arena. Just call it that. Let me tell you something. I don't know how people live in Dallas. $45 parking. Traffic's horrible. I was just like around there.
I'm almost 50. I've never been to Dallas one time in my life. They weren't working on the roads.
Yeah, it's
never.
It's something. You mentioned the atmosphere. One thing that stood out to me, and they're not at a football game or preparing. Arkansas didn't have Big Red, any of the mascots, the band, the cheerleader. I didn't. Texas Tech had. I didn't know. I don't know if that's like a contract thing or anything of that. You mentioned
we didn't have cheerleaders there.
Or Big Red.
I didn't know. I didn't notice that on watching
television,
on TV. I listened. Actually, what I did, I had games and was busy, so I listened to the game on the radio, driving to to the game I was going to. Then I went back and watched it yesterday. I didn't notice that fact, but you're right. Now that I think back on it, you didn't see that.
It was odd. It was odd. High scoring.
Hey, got to cut some corners, man. We got to save our dollars. We don't have any extra money.
I guess.
We have no money. We're poor. We're broke.
I was just thinking about that. One of the things one of the final calls we took on Friday was from Kevin and Rogers, and he talked about it's like if you're going to say something, you've got to back it up. And Carter talked about this being a revenge game. Darius said something similar, and for Carter, this was a huge game confidence-wise for him.
Steal by the Razorbacks, knocks to the other end, and a throwdown. Carter with a steal and the stuff, and Arkansas is within 3.
Here's my hot take this morning, and I've been kind of talking about it for a good few weeks now. With these two freshmen, you've had Malik and Darius lead your team in scoring thus far. That is not going to get you where you need to go. Darius having 8 assists and only 2 turnovers was awesome. He also had an outstanding game shooting the basketball, getting to the rim as well. But if you want to be a national champion at the beginning of April, if you want to be a team that ends up in Lucas Oil Stadium, playing in the Final Four and beyond, then you've got to have Carter and TB, as they did on Saturday, be your main cogs, your key pieces. Like, what was crazy to me, they go 10 of 19 from 3. Malik only hit 1, and he's probably your best 3-point shooter. Trevin...
Well... If we hadn't missed a few dunks and we hadn't just, been trying to find the right adjective here that's fit worthy for radio, if we hadn't been putrid at the free throw line, this would have been a different feel to this contest. But we were couple 3 things happened in this game. We were poor at the free throw line. That's bad. We had more depth. Texas Tech only played 6 players. They had 2 that played 40, their main studs. We ran them out of gas. And if they called a walk on Toppin, my God.
Good Lord.
I mean, how much did he get away with?
He got to walk to Lubbock and back.
I mean, he
bad
against good defense. I don't mind a walk being no called when the defender's not right up on you and it doesn't gain an advantage. But that ball would come inside. Brazil's playing good defense, and he just got a huge edge with the no calls on the travels. 3 or 4 times. I mean, it wasn't the overwhelming dominant thing in the game. But there were 3 or 4 buckets he got that he didn't deserve to have.
While he's dominant left hand, he has the ability to finish both shoulders. Very good college basketball player. I don't know how he's going to translate to the next level. But what it reminded me of is Cameron Boozer getting away with the chicken hook. And they just didn't call it on him. And they didn't, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think they called travel on top in the entire game. And they're like you said, there were 3 or 4. It wasn't the overwhelming thing.
But there was 3 or 4 buckets.
I asked one media member to my right, one to my left, and then I asked, of course, Arkansas fans are going to tell me he walked. But I even asked the Texas Tech guy after the game. He's like, be honest with me. Do you think Toppin got away with the few? He looked at me and said, absolutely. They didn't call anything. And again, not the main storyline of the game. You mentioned the free throws. This was the first game Arkansas really struggled. I felt like struggled from line. They go 16 of 27, which.
And you think Arkansas was bad? Look at Tech's number there.
They were 3 of 10. So Arkansas got away with what has been a strength. The strength of this team is not just getting to the line, but knocking the free throws down. They're, I think, around 78% on the season. Again, 16 of 27, not great. They once again win fast break points and bench points. 23 to 8 in bench, 18 of 4 in fast break. Again, Texas Tech only managed 4 fast break points because they don't want to run out of gas because they only played 6 guys.
Missing 3 guys from rotation.
And I don't have the halftime box. That number was like 0 or 2 at halftime. We had no fast break points. That was the difference in the second half. We generated some steals. We came out early. But first of all, the end of the first half couldn't have been worse for Arkansas as far as turnovers. There was one series, and it may not have been at the end of that, where you had a half-court trap. You had them dead to rights. Ball goes in the backcourt off of the defense in Arkansas, and somehow Tech ends up with a 3. You had a couple things like that happen. But you come out hot out of the gate in the second half and really put the game back on even tilt.
Yeah, and just to put this in perspective, I said this after the game, just thinking about. So you're 2-2 of these big non-conference games, right? And you've got another one this Saturday against Houston, which is Houston was number 7 in the last poll. They didn't lose this weekend. Arkansas wins, they'll move up in the new AP poll. I don't know if they'll get inside the top 10, but you're playing a top 10 opponent this weekend. If you could head into conference play with 3 major non-conference wins against Tech, Louisville, and Houston, all on your resume, you're going to be fighting for those teams when seed lines come around the end of the year, right? That is, again, the difference between going out to Buffalo, New York, and staying close in Oklahoma City or St. Louis. Like that, it is so like the crowd impact. Like,
possibly. But
no, it absolutely is. When you think about what the SEC, it's not going to be as good as it was last year. You have to have these non-conference games.
I agree, but you better go win. You better finish in the top two. To be that close to home as a 1 or a 2 seed, you better be in the top 2 or 3 of this league. So I hear what you're saying, and I'm not saying you're way off. But the second part of that is you can't finish 5th or 6th in the SEC and not go to Buffalo, New York.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And Arkansas, like the SEC,
and you can be really good and finish 5th in this league.
Here's the good thing about the SEC this year. So Cal comes in year 1, and it's the best in the history of the Southeastern Conference ever. Where they finished 8-10 last year. Florida wins it with the national championship and does it for the first time since 2012 when Cal was in Lexington. This year, it's still really good. It's still going to be highly competitive, even teams that aren't ranked. I think there's only 5 teams right now that are currently ranked in the SEC. But it's not the same level. And I think it's a fair argument, and I think there's a lot of backing to say that this team is better than last year's team, which gives you a better chance, especially like when you open up at home against Tennessee. You got a tough road game that next Saturday against Auburn. I mean, there's you got to go to Tuscaloosa. You get Kentucky at home at the end of January. There's still a lot of big-time games on your conference schedule. Maybe not as many as there were last year, but I think Arkansas is in a much better position to finish in that top 3 like you're talking about in the Southeastern Conference.
Hey, we're brought to you by we're brought to you on the Hit That Line Now app powered by Taco Bell. If you're craving something cheesy, saucy, or crunchy, or maybe one of their Lux Cravings boxes, you can find that at Taco Bell. Use the Taco Bell app to order yours today. Use the Hit That Line Now app to listen live to your favorite shows right here on ESPN Arkansas, from Chuck and Bo to our show, Halftime, Ruskin and Zach, plus Razorback games, all available there with the Hit That Line Now app. All of our stuff on YouTube, our website stuff. You can text the show. You can send us a voicemail. It's all there now with the Hit That Line Now app powered by Taco Bell.
Go over some text before we get in our opening drive. We didn't have a chance to address the Arkansas 2026 football schedule on Friday. Dan says that JT Toppin was out there doing a Euro double step.
Well, that's deep Europe a few times.
Yeah. So. Jay from Fayetteville talking about just the hog call and the Razorback chant being loud, and he felt like coming through the TV. Did it feel? You mentioned you watched the game, rewatched it yesterday.
Watched it yesterday.
Did it feel like it that Arkansas had a crowd advantage?
I mean, again, they put mics where they put them. In the end, Arkansas wasn't at a disadvantage. It wasn't the huge crowd you're hoping for. They got 8,200 on the box score. So, was that about right? I don't know. I wasn't there.
Probably right.
So let's not act like you played in front of, a Hall of Fame atmosphere here. It's great to be in Dallas. It's a good made-for-TV event. It was a full day of college basketball. You had Indiana, Kentucky play. You had a lot of headline events. You kind of let it off. So, I mean, it's just a good day for college basketball now that you're kind of in that lull between the start of the playoffs this coming weekend and basketball. So you were one of the headliners.
I don't know how you guys managed your day on Saturday, but I went straight from that game and then watched the Navy and Army game, which was a spectacular finish, and plenty of NFL storylines that we can get into as well. As far as college football goes, again, a big storyline here across Arkansas on Friday was the schedule that's been released, not just for the Razorbacks, but the rest of the SEC schools. And I'm going to be honest, I kind of like it.
It's time for the opening drive.
September starts easy, North Alabama town. Then Utah up high where the air lets you down. Georgia comes barking, Tulsa blows by. Then College Station wants blood before the bye. It's Saturdays with a hog on my chest. Every week hoping for the Razorbacks best. Win a few, lose a few more, gonna be a close game, maybe even one score, screaming profanities at my TV. That Arkansas football, just let it be. Tennessee up. Need Missouri to quit kicking off. Sunset. A uterus, then LSU feels fade. Count the stars, not the score. be back next year wanting more. Don't count us out when you're making picks. It's the year of the Razorback 2026.
All right. Good job on that, Cole. North Alabama, Salt Lake City. You going to go back to Utah after BYU?
That's the one I've kind of looked at.
Whittingham retired over the weekend. You see that down? You see that?
Yeah, we're going to get to that. So
I did not see
Yes.
that. I missed that headline.
Yeah, that's big news. I think that was on Friday.
Yeah.
Friday. Yeah. So
I missed that.
he is retiring after the Las Vegas Bowl.
Who's taking?
Their DC is taking over. So
Okay.
it's apparently been in the works for a while. From what
Okay.
I understand.
So kind of like the Urban Meyer Ryan.
21
thing.
years, I guess he's been there. It doesn't seem like that long since Urban Meyer's been there, but it has been.
All right, so here are my takeaways from this schedule for next year. I think you're going to be playing the defending national champ because I think Georgia is ultimately going to beat Indiana in the national championship game. I hope I'm wrong. I hope Heisman Trophy winner Fernando Mendoza ends up beating the Bulldogs. I just think Georgia is going to be too much on both sides of the football. So potential of the defending national champ. First time in College Station since COVID 2020, but I don't feel like that's a real atmosphere game
Nope.
relative
That's
to
another road game I'd like to go to.
Mm-hmm. Nashville post Pavia, Vanderbilt.
Yeah, Colton's going to go to that one for us this
So
year.
that'll be something that just wondering what they'll look like post
news to me.
Diego.
Yeah.
His bleep Indiana sign
Ty can run the board.
after the game. Let's see what else.
That kid's a punk, man.
I don't know if Aguilar's back for Tennessee. I looked at that. I don't think he's said one way or another. Missouri at home again. Maybe you can finally beat him. Like you said, hopefully they stop kicking our ass. Auburn transition. Alex Golish, Silverfield first battle at their both new schools.
Who
Don't know
knows?
what their quarterback. What
I mean, who knows?
That's
That's
a
what
dub.
I'm saying.
Sellers sounds like he's coming back to South Carolina
Sounded that way.
with Bryles. They're working on an NIL deal. Bryles is their OC now. For those that don't know, back in Austin again against Texas. You're there this year. Hopefully it goes better. Probably playing Arch again, and then LSU like we thought. Good reporting from Hutch.
We've known the opponents. Now we get the dates, and you still don't have Oklahoma on the schedule. We've known that. So we've talked that over. But the big news is the report of LSU being at the end turns out to be true. So clearly these things are decided weeks and weeks ago. It gives the schools a chance to get their hotels reserved and their blocks done ahead of the public. So the information on the bandstand was absolutely spot on for that last game in Fayetteville, I think is a great shift in the schedule for Arkansas and LSU to play last. Gives you something at the end that I think the fans will enjoy more.
So to me, like when I think about your road games, like I didn't even know about Whittingham. I don't know how I missed that. That's a transition. A&M, I think Marcel, help me on this, Colton. I think Marcel Reed's draft eligible, isn't he?
Not sure.
Okay, so that could be. Vanderbilt, again, no Pavia unless he gets another year of eligibility, which I don't think is going to happen.
I mean, everyone needs a ninth year.
Auburn's transition. I think Arch is probably going to stay in Austin based on how the season is gone.
You don't think he's on the big board? Mel Kiper's big board?
He played better down the stretch, but nowhere near as the number one number one overall evaluated prospect before the year. So, I mean, I think you've got a pretty favorable schedule by SEC standards. Like, I don't find this schedule just overwhelming compared to maybe what you have. And it's always going to be difficult in the SEC, the terrain, what you deal with week in, week out. But when I saw this initially on Friday and I was kind of thinking about this over the weekend, I wasn't thinking to myself, man, the SEC really stuck into Arkansas again. Again, it's never just going to be cupcakes in the Southeastern Conference, but I don't really think this is that bad, to be honest.
I expect a difficult top 5-10 schedule every year now. I mean, that's just you're in the SEC. You're gonna play 9 games. You're gonna play 10 Power 4 games. Utah won't be easy, even with a change in coach. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's way too early to start circling games or declaring wins. And some of my buddies, we're 2-10 again. Well, I mean, you don't even know who the roster's. What's going to make the roster up yet for Arkansas or these other schools.
Yeah.
But it does feel like if Ryan Silverfield could come in and get you to at least a bowl this next year, that would certainly support why you hired the guy.
Well, and
so I'm not expecting 8-4 out of that schedule, though.
No. I think about just the appeal.
Unless you tell me we've got $100 million gift coming this week or something.
Big brands coming in. They often do when you're playing the SEC schedule. When you have Georgia, Tennessee, and LSU all coming to your building, LSU again bookending the year. That's if I'm Ryan Silverfield, I see that as an opportunity. You're probably not going to win 2 of those games, but if you can just beat one of those teams, I think Tennessee's probably your best bet to beat those teams. But if you could ruin Lane Kiffin or hurt Lane Kiffin's season at the end of the year, again, a lot of transition in the SEC this next year, and you think about Kiffin at LSU, Golish at Auburn.
But Kiffin's going to have a season under his belt. I mean, there'll be 11 games under his belt by the time you get to him. So
and lots of other distractions and drama. 11 weeks worth of that.
Perhaps, or maybe they're 11-0 when he arrives. I don't know, but the guy didn't get that job because he's an idiot. So, but there's a long ways to go, and say transition year. He'll be done transitioning by the time Arkansas plays LSU. All right, that's the opening drive. It's brought to you by Mock Legal Solutions with locations in Salisaw, also in Fort Smith, which has been home base for many years. Jackie's got over 13 years of experience as a criminal trial lawyer. Family law is one of her specialties as well. Car wrecks and personal injury is another area where she can make sure you get the right representation as well. Merry Christmas and happy holidays from the entire crew at Mock Legal Solutions. Call them at 479-769-1505. Don't forget their flat fees that you can understand, down payments you can afford, and monthly payments that work for you as well. 479-769-1505 or go to mocklegalsolutions.com.
Going to hear more from John Calipari and the big win in Dallas over Texas Tech this weekend, plus some reported coaching changes for Arkansas coming up. It's a Hot Take Monday on the Morning Rush.
ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio. I put him at 5 and put 4 guys around him, and he went to work.
Left side, Brazil, ball fake, and a one-hand throwdown.
You're listening to the Morning Rush.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Elizabeth.
And this is Robert, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
I should say it?
Say what?
Mom, I think he wants to say that it's Christmas time.
Okay, you can say it.
It's Christmas, everyone, and guess what, guys?
What?
Santa shop's here at the Stadium Shop.
Oh, Lord, Mom, here comes that dad side.
Nope, I saw him. Matt, you still do believe in Santa, right?
Sure. Believers do get more presents.
Okay, so what did he get?
Let me guess, a couch for the elves, collars for the reindeer, maybe even a hoodie for Frosty. You know how cold he gets being made of snow and all.
And let me guess, some Razorback jewelry for Mrs. Claus?
Well, yeah, Matt, you better get that Google machine all warmed up. He said he was going to be ordering some more stuff.
Google machine?
Yeah, you know, the interfacegram www.
I think he's talking about our website, which you should know by now, Dad. It's shoponrazorback.com.
Or have Santa give us a call at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
So come by 989 South Razorback Road in Fayetteville, and you just might catch Santa Hawk.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Ho, ho, ho.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Trevin for 3 from the right wing, and he just drained another one.
This is the Morning Rush.
I want to ride my bicycle.
Looking for a new ride or need a tune-up? Champion Cycling in Fort Smith has you covered. From top-of-the-line bikes like Specialized and Surly to expert repairs, apparel, and accessories, we've got everything you need to hit the trails. Stop by 5500 Mazard Road during business hours or shop anytime online at championcycling.com. Champion Cycling, helping you share in the joy of cycling.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
This holiday season, give yourself the gift of stress-free internet. Wave Rural Connect brings you our 300 internet with Wi-Fi, perfect for streaming, remote work, and holiday guests. No data limits, built-in cybersecurity, and easy control with our free Wave Connect app. All for just $71.95 a month. Visit waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372 today. Wave Rural Connect, internet that works when you need it most.
Hey Razorback fans, Matt Jones here. We're all experiencing higher prices on just about everything, and that includes sunrooms, patio covers, and windows. If you've gotten an estimate on any of these projects and you were shocked by the price, then you need to call Sawyers. They've been making quality, affordable products for 35 years. They're local, they have 100% financing, and a beautiful showroom with all their products displayed. So give my buddy Buzz a call or check them out, sawyers-sunrooms.com.
When electrical needs pop up, don't get left in the dark. Call the local team that's trusted on and off the field. Harrison Electric. That's who homeowners and local businesses choose. Harrison Electric. Honest, dependable, and they leave no mess behind. From quick fixes to major upgrades, Harrison Electric is your go-to for all your electrical projects. Don't sit on the sideline with electrical problems. Get back in the game with the pros you can count on. Harrison Electric. Honest, quick, trusted. 652-3077.
Here's NASCAR Hall of Famer Mark Martin.
As a race car driver for 40 years, I survived a lot of crashes. Not everyone can run into a wall at 200 miles an hour and walk away. Without a seatbelt, I wouldn't be alive today. Now I'm retired, back home in Arkansas driving my pickup. I'm shocked how many people aren't wearing seatbelts. Why risk your life when it only takes 2 seconds to buckle up? Take it from number 6. Buckle up, Arkansas.
A message from the Arkansas State Police Highway Safety Office.
We're having a good old-fashioned family Christmas at Rath Auto Resources. Now through the end of the year, get up to $6,400 off retail value on your next road-ready certified pre-owned sleigh. Inspected, reconditioned, and backed by a comprehensive warranty. Really nice. Save up to $6,400 off your next family truckster, and we'll all have the happiest Christmas since Bing Crosby tap danced with Danny Kaye. Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautoportsmith.com. Hallelujah. Where's the Tylenol?
Hardee's, every Tuesday is now Tender Bender Tuesday. Right now, download the Hardee's app and join My Rewards. Buy 3 hand-breaded chicken tenders, get 3 free. It's Tender Bender BOGO. Every Tuesday now through June 2026. This Tuesday, get 3 tenders, free. Next Tuesday, get them free. The Tuesday after that, you guessed it, free. Buy 3 tenders, get 3 free. Another great benefit for My Rewards members. Only at Hardee's. Registration and app required. Available for limited time at participating restaurants. See app for terms.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
There's only one Razorback.
Uncle Tommy loves the Razorbacks.
Razorback fans, let's stand up and call those.
107 down.
This one belongs to the Razorbacks. Ball's on the ground, picked up by Colin. Alex has got room.
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
Obviously emotional game for us, the way it ended last year. This was 100% a personal game, especially for the returners. I know we had this one circled, so, it just feels good to get the dub, and you just seen all the emotions come out from the team at the end.
That was Trevor Brazile after the game. What a performance from TB in this one. Third double-double, 24 points, 10 rebounds, knocked down a bunch of threes, had one of the highlight dunks of the season thus far as well with the pump fake and the smash. Just him and Toppin going back and forth. Cal elected to go small late, Tommy, and put him at the 5. Toppin got the better of him at times, but it ended up being one of the key moments and the key differences in that second half.
Well, Toppin and Anderson both played 40 minutes in this game, and I thought Arkansas in the last 5 or 6, 7 minutes ran him out of gas. I just thought Arkansas I wouldn't say better condition. They were just deeper. That was the difference. Mm-hmm. Tech had a player or two missing, and then they only played 6 players. Arkansas played 8. The little bit of breaks you got were, I thought, the difference. I thought Tech ran out of gas in a lot of ways.
And Cal talked about it.
People ask, why did you press? Just to get in their legs. They're making every single shot
Let's make them run some and see if they can still make shots.
So Arkansas finished 10 of 19 from the three-point line, which is great. Texas Tech in the game finished 13 of 31. So it's not like they shot the basketball bad. But
why was that 31? Particularly in the second half, where our Tech in the second half had 16 of their 31, about half of them. But I thought Arkansas sagged on defense a little bit. It wasn't really a zone, but I thought they sagged enough where you weren't going to dribble drive. And if you did, you'd pay the price. But, I mean, dribble penetration, they didn't seem to be as plentiful. So in the second half, 16 of their 34 shots, they didn't drive the lane much. Arkansas, meanwhile, only took 8 3-pointers in the second half on 33 attempts. I thought Arkansas did, and that's why the free throw disparity is what it is. 26 attempts for Arkansas, 10 for Tech. Arkansas didn't shoot well. They shoot decent at the line. They were 17 of 26 for the game. That's 65%. This game's, not, we're probably talking in a little different light. 2 or 3 missed dunks, probably 5 or 6 missed free throws you should have had. I thought really the defensive, what'd you see? I saw a defense that packed, I don't say packed it in like a zone, but I thought they dropped back and didn't leave any driving lanes and forced Tech to make threes, and they couldn't do it.
Yeah, well, I thought...
And they shot 40%, but 31's too many attempts.
Toppin, they double-teamed in the first half and a little bit in the second, and then they stopped doing it, and that's why the threes were cut off, at least open threes. They left Anderson open a few times, which is like a cardinal sin against that kid, but at the end of the day...
he was 5 of 11.
Yeah, you just had too many... Arkansas had too many weapons, and really Texas Tech just had 2 in that basketball game. So the schedule ahead is as follows. You play Queens tomorrow night in Budwald at 8 o'clock, and then you'll go to New Jersey to take on Houston, which will be probably a top 15 matchup when it's all said and done when the AP poll comes out today. And then not next week. You're off that next week, and then you play JMU the 28th before non-conference play. Or conference play, excuse me.
Conference plays on the 3rd. So you have one tune-up before Tennessee comes in. So a little break for Christmas. I'm sure players will, get home. Those that can, most will. I don't have. I'm sure they'll give them 2, 3, 4 days off. I don't know. I don't know how Cal will handle that.
Yeah, so. I was kind of thinking about that. Football news wise, a couple coaching hires and guys that are being retained. According to Brandon Marcello, Morgan Turner, tight ends coach, is staying on board. He's got 2 offensive line guys and tight ends. I know you and I were.
I need to know more about that.
Yeah, Clint Trickett is going to be hired as the quarterback coach, according to Matt Zenitz. And you were saying Trickett was on Last Chance U.
Yeah, it was on the original season of Last Chance U. Go call plays, Clint. That's what I remember Clint Trickett from. A really hot name in quarterback coaching circles, and from Jacksonville State, and they are one of the tops in CUSA in offense this year.
Yeah, Florida State and West Virginia quarterback. And then also, apparently people are really high on the hiring of the guy they pulled from Arizona, Gazeka Crowley, is the new Hogs general manager. I don't know if that's like football. I don't know if that means he's Remy Cofield.
Or that's your director of ops.
He's working with Remy Cofield, Geiska Crowley.
Okay. Say that one more time, Colton.
Geiska
Crowley. Okay. So that's the...
that's how Chuck said it.
That's
figured he would know.
That's the kind of the coaching football news from over the weekend.
Are you wowed? Are you blown away? We were told we would be overwhelmed.
He is like Trickett's a name I know just from watching him play. This guy is apparently this guy is thought highly in college football circles. I can't speak to what he's going to be here in Fayetteville, but that's and I listened to Silverfield talk about it. He did an interview on Pig Trail Nation this weekend. It's like just because that you don't necessarily know the name, I'm paraphrasing, doesn't mean they're not great college football coaches. But no, I'm not blown away as these staff hires keep coming out. All right, that is your Hog Update this morning. It's brought to you by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
And he did also address, again, the portals coming up. That'll be probably the next big football news tidbits that come out here in the next January 2nd. I can't think of anything else that's going to be major. You got the schedule for next year officially, and now we're just kind of waiting on who you're bringing into Fayetteville to play football.
I think we'll hear about some players that are staying that are all in, that are now all in with Arkansas for 26. Hey, this year's Value Bonanza is rolling at WT Equipment, and the savings are big. If you've been thinking about upgrading your tractor, right now is the time. 0% financing for 72 months on New Holland PowerStar mid-range tractors. Those are the 65 to 100 PTO horsepower strengths with comfort and reliability, perfect for everything from wide open fields to light barnyards as well. And it doesn't stop there. WT Equipment has year-end deals across the entire lot: tractors, hay tools, construction equipment, and more. Whatever your operation needs heading into 2026, right now is the time to get it ready. But don't wait. The Value Bonanza savings end December the 31st. Swing by WT Equipment. Check them out online at WTEquip.com. That's WTEquip.com.
Morning Rush Daily Question when we come back.
You're listening to the Morning Rush.
Like all I've done for 2 weeks is work on Carter Knox.
Steal by the Razorbacks. Knox to the other end and a throw down.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Elizabeth.
And this is Robert, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
I should say it?
Say what?
Mom, I think he wants to say that it's Christmas time.
Okay, you can say it.
It's Christmas, everyone, and guess what, guys?
What?
Santa shop's here at the Stadium Shop.
Oh, Lord, Mom, here comes that dad side.
Nope, I saw him, Matt. You still do believe in Santa, right?
Sure. Believers do get more presents.
Okay, so what did he get?
Let me guess. A couch for the elves, collars for the reindeer, maybe even a hoodie for Frosty. You know how cold he gets being made of snow and all.
And let me guess, some Razorback jewelry for Mrs. Claus?
Well, yeah, Matt, you better get that Google machine all warmed up. He said he was going to be ordering some more stuff.
Google machine?
Yeah, you know, the Interfacegram WW.
I think he's talking about our website, which you should know by now, Dad. It's shoponrazorback.com.
Or have Santa give us a call at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
So come by 989 South Razorback Road in Fayetteville, and you just might catch Santa Hog.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Ho, ho, ho.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I put him at 5 and put 4 guys around him, and he went to work.
This is the Morning Rush.
We're having a good old-fashioned family Christmas at Rath Auto Resources. Now through the end of the year, get up to $6,400 off retail value on your next road-ready certified pre-owned sleigh. Inspected, reconditioned, and backed by a comprehensive warranty. Really nice. Save up to $6,400 off your next family truckster, and we'll all have the happiest Christmas since Bing Crosby tap danced with Danny Kaye. Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautofortsmith.com. Hallelujah. Where's the Tylenol?
TGI Fridays in Fort Smith, where football fans win with 50-cent wings all day, every Monday and Thursday. Just 50-cent wings, boneless or traditional, with a 10-piece minimum. It's perfect for Monday night and Thursday night football. Also, don't forget TGI Fridays' brand new steakhouse menu. Hand-cut 14-ounce ribeyes, juicy 8-ounce bacon wrap fillets, and loaded baked potatoes. Big groups are always welcome after the game, and we're open till midnight on Friday and Saturday. TGI Fridays. Come hungry, leave happy. TGI Fridays at 540 and Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
The Golf Nuts' new state-of-the-art putting room is officially open. Come roll the best putters on the market, like Scotty Cameron, Lab, Ping, Odyssey, and Bettinardi, and leave with a stroke that'll scare your playing partners. Visit the Golf Nut for a great selection of Christmas gifts for your favorite golfer, like rangefinders, clubs, golf balls, apparel, or a gift certificate to the new indoor hitting bay or shop. The Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith.
Family owned and operated since 1950, Crabtree RV Center is proud to have served the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas for 75 amazing years. From a small dealership on Midland Boulevard in Fort Smith to 17 acres located at the junction of I-40 and I-49 in Alma, Arkansas, Crabtree RV Center is your one-stop shop for sales, service, and parts. Come celebrate 75 years with us and take advantage of spectacular savings all year long. Crabtree RV Center, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
This is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson. During the Christmas season, I would like to take a moment to say thank you for your continued support and kindness. Because of you, I get to continue my service to the residents of Sebastian County. Always remember that the greatest gift is the one we share with each other. From my family to yours, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
This ad sponsored by Sebastian County Assessor and paid for by Amendment 79.
You can't control your future, but you can control which Taco Bell Lux Cravings box you're gonna get later. Iconic classics for $5, a plethora of indulgences for $7, or diving into the unknown for $9, where the new steak and poblano rolled quesadilla rolls real fire-roasted poblanos into a whole new thing. In any event, the future is literally in your hands. Now eat it before it gets cold. Choose your Lux Cravings box today, only at Taco Bell. At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Price and participation varies. Drinks excludes freezes. Tax extra.
We've seen it all. Recessions, tornadoes, even a global pandemic. But Hug Chevrolet GMC never closed its doors. We stuck with our community because they stuck with us. And through it all, one thing never changed. Our commitment to serve, support, and stay local. Hug Chevrolet GMC, built to last, just like the people we serve.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's Place in Lowell online at CarpathSocial.com.
Arkansas now 2-2 in notable non-conference games, with Houston coming this weekend. Wins over Louisville at home, and then the neutral site game this weekend with Texas Tech that we've been discussing. Morning Rush Daily Question brought to you by CartPath Social. Has this team turned the corner in your mind, kind of where you think they're at? Or do you think there's still a lot more to do, or a little bit to do, as we head into Houston, JMU, and then conference play begins with Tennessee? Where's this team at in your mind? Have they turned the corner and on the right path for conference play?
I think there's still a lot more to do. I mean, you gave up 30 points to Toppin, and I mean, a combined 56 between him and Anderson. You're still deficient down low. Pringle only played 10 minutes in this game.
Yeah.
The pick and rolls, he just couldn't hang on to the basketball. You had an okay game, but you went small. You're not going to be able to do that against certain teams in SEC play that will just pound you. So there's still a lot of work to do. You can be excited and happy about the win this weekend, but by no means is this team a finished product or where they could be by the end of the year.
Ty, you mentioned this earlier, and you were dead on with this. If Trevin Brazile and Carter Knox can have those type of games where they're consistent and they're efficient, then this team's going to be very, very good. But the rest of the supporting cast has to come with it. You mentioned Nick Pringle, and his face is on a milk carton, because that's the type of guy that can be your JT Toppin, someone that is bigger, physically outmatches somebody down low, but he's not getting the chance to be able to do that. And he's nowhere near as skilled as JT Toppin. I don't want to say that at all. But he's the type of guy that has a physical presence down low. And I saw some of these advanced analytic stats. When Pringle is on the floor, you're a much better defensive team. But if he's not offering any offensive output at all, then you have to switch him out for a lesser defender. So you got to get a little bit more effort out of the big guys, like Ty said. And then also, if you're going to depend on these freshmen, they have to be extremely consistent. So I have been pleased with the turnaround since, some of the more physical, you got beat down against Duke and Michigan, and you kind of stepped up to the task here against Louisville in this last one against Texas Tech.
Acuff 7 of 14, 4 of 6 at the three-point line on a day where the team struggled. At 65%, he made 4 of his 6 at least. 20 points in the game, but his plus minus, what did I say wrong?
It's 2 of 5 from 3.
No, I said free throw line. Or that's what I meant. He was 4 of 6 at the free throw line. But it's plus minus is the thing that stands out. 17. I mean, the next closest was Carter Knox at 9 and Trevin Brazile at 8. Of course, everybody on the Tech side was a minus number, but that number kind of blows off the page there a little bit at plus 17.
Yeah, you even had Texas Tech coach Grant McCaslin just speaking his praises after the game.
And it's good to play against teams like this that expose it. Chris Acuff is a great player. I've been around him every day for a month when I was coaching USA basketball with UAT. That can get a bucket. I mean, he's one of the best guards in college basketball.
And his efficiency, again, Colton said it earlier, what I said, you're not going to get to Indianapolis, Indiana if Malik Thomas and Darius Acuff are your leaders. it doesn't like ebbs and flows of college basketball games. Some guys just have big nights and they go for double digits and stuff. But a night like where Darius shoots 50% from the 3-point line, he has a 4-to-1 assist to turnover ratio like he did on Saturday, and he also would get 4 rebounds too.
Yeah.
Those are and getting
and
him
drew 5 fouls.
Yes,
you mentioned the 8 assists was set up.
Got that
16 other points.
Got that and one when Billy Richmond stole it from Anderson there. And like that is the type of college basketball team that you have. And then you have TV as a 5th-year guy. Carter is in the 2nd year under his belt, because what it does, like Darius can get those shots anytime he wants, right? When you set up your teammates like he did on Saturday and he did the week before, I think it was the game against Fresno State that his first double-double. Like this team is so much better. He can go for 20 and 30. Yes, we get that. But the team overall is not going to be as good. That's the type of performance you need for Darius Acuff in order for this basketball team to get to farther in the NCAA tournament.
I mentioned the plus 17. Probably should note the 8 assists, just as big a number for this team. So, all right, that's your Morning Rush Daily question. Have the Hogs turned the corner in your mind? It's brought to you by Cart Path Social.
Yes, Cart Path Social, #1 place for Christmas parties. Yes, you can still book them. Click on cartpathsocial.com, then click on the events tab. If you want to rent out their place for New Year's Eve, you can do so. Just give Christian and Nate a call, 479-487-3622. You can contact them there. It's always BYOB at Cart Path Social. I know their league play starts back up this week, so I know they're really excited about that. Gift cards, perfect stocking stuffer this holiday season. We were talking before we came on. We haven't done a lot of our gift shopping yet. Cart Path Social, great place you can do that. It's quick, easy. 122 Grant Place in Lowell. That's Cart Path Social. It's always BYOB at Cart Path Social.
You go this weekend, play a little simulator golf, and watch the playoff games this weekend.
Yep.
So,
Start this
there you go.
Friday and Saturday. No people excited about that. We were talking about Christmas gifts. We had plenty of stuff from our Christmas party. We got in our bags and whatnot. You filled those up. Fill those up. We had
worked hard on
Clampets.
those. I had a lot of help this year.
Clampets Country Kitchen.
Destroyed the Clampets.
Beef jerky.
What you eat?
I had the hot beef jerky, and then in my bag got the jalapeno and cheddar sticks. They lasted all of about 4 hours when I got home.
I had gotten the cheese. We got a block of cheese too that looked phenomenal.
It wasn't. I assumed it was from Joey, but it wasn't labeled. So I didn't.
All that was from the cheese, the beef sticks, and the beef jerky came from Clampets. And the peanut brittle.
Neighbors,
the peanut brittle.
I got like 2 pieces of the Juanita's peanut brittle
before the kids ate them all.
My wife.
Oh,
my wife ate all the peanut brittle.
So good. It's perfect.
The peanut brittle was awesome.
Perfect.
She goes, "Do you mind if I open this?" I'm like, "No, go ahead." Come back. I literally yesterday took the bag and curled it up and just let the little bit of crumbs left in it flow into my mouth. That was it. I got like 2 pieces.
See, my wife did the same thing, but it was with the blueberries and cream bread from Nature's.
The
Stuff from Neighbor's Mill. Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
Got House of Webster stuff. What else?
Yeah, we
Jersey
got
Mike's,
jelly.
CJ's.
I got the peach chipotle salsa. Mwah, delicious.
You want to trade?
What did you get?
I got a peach chipotle.
You want to trade? You put them in the bag.
I'll give you something else. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I know. I didn't self deal. I should have dealt myself a better hand.
Yeah, that's right.
Did you like Colton? You got a Doe's gift card. What did you end up getting for the thingamajig?
I ended up trading the Doe's gift card to Colton for the Beats headphones.
Okay. For working out.
I don't know what I'm going to use.
Okay.
I've got some other AirPods. So I don't.
Is
re-gift them.
Clay going to be mad at me tomorrow for stealing the golf balls?
Probably. He is angry. Yeah, he called me twice
in
this
the
weekend.
doghouse. Back.
I've never heard him curse so
back
much.
in the doghouse again. I mean,
He had that scowl on his face.
That's what it's there for. It was. I mean, they were Pro V1s.
I don't think he even ate
You're not
lunch.
good enough to play with Pro V1.
That's a fair point. Yeah, I'm used to hitting used golf balls.
Why don't I go get you
hit a
8
noodle.
dozen top flights and you just
Hit
I'll
those
trade you.
instead.
Yeah. I don't think you need to be hitting Pro V1s.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll see what happens.
I know. I'm gonna just let me know when you're playing. I'm gonna play about a hole or 2 behind you. And I'll get most of them
better.
back.
I'll get my scuba gear ready out there for
Listen,
the ponds.
you could be talking to the most improved golfer this year. Handicap went from a 20.8 to a 17.4, and now it's at 16.8. That's
the most improved.
That's decent. It could be. Could be. I don't know if it's going to end up being that, but it could be. You mentioned some SEC basketball on Saturday. Indiana, I thought was going to beat Kentucky. They ended up not. I guess some bowls. College football You had Army-Navy, which was an awesome game. It was Gary Danielson's final call. He's been part of CBS for, I think, nearly 20 years. In his final call, they'll transition next year. 17-16 the final. I want to get. My dad has talked about. I want to go to that at some point. Either
that's a bucket list.
Yeah, for sure.
Philly or Annapolis. Other college football news. We mentioned this earlier. Lenore Sellers might be coming back to sounds like he is coming back to South Carolina, I should say. They're working through the contract stuff. Sounds like an NFL type of thing, but that's just where college sports is. Arkansas-wise, Braylon Russell's coming back, and Tavian Wallace is out the door, young linebacker for the Razorbacks.
I'm looking here, not to redirect, but I'm on the Bet Saracen app looking at the schedule of games. Friday, we have 2 games at 7 p.m. Why is that? Why do we have 2 games? The Crimson Tide and the Sooners play at 7. Also, the Hurricane, Miami and Texas A&M play Friday at 7. And then Saturday, we have an 11 a.m. game with James Madison and Oregon and Tulane and Ole Miss at 2:30. Nothing in primetime Saturday night. What are we doing?
Does the NFL go to Saturdays?
But still, what are we doing?
What is ESPN playing on Saturday night then?
I don't know, but right now, Bet Saracen app's got Crimson Tide favored by 1 over
Probably
Oklahoma.
30 for
It's
30.
NFL. Yeah, that's what I thought. NFL's on Saturday.
Is it really? They should have done it last Saturday.
We need 3 college games and only 1 on Friday night.
Oh, I don't disagree. I'm just in the minds of the college football executives, ESPN and stuff. That's just why.
Well, I tell you, here's some of why. Alabama's favored by 1. That'll be a good game Friday. A&M's favored by 3.5. That'll be a decent game, but they're at the same time.
Well,
now.
you're putting the both good game. You're putting the terrible games on Saturday and the good games on Friday.
And then James Madison's catching 22 points from Oregon. I understand why you want to hide that at 11 a.m. and then a 17.5-point game. Ole Miss favored over 2.
Speaking of college football,
so why don't
that'll be closer.
To me,
than
this the way this is, and I'm sure the games and the locations maybe were already set, but that's just terrible. All the actions at Bet Saracen, the NFL stuff, Monday Night Football tonight. It's all there for you.
Speaking of college football, what time does Harding play Fair State for the championship?
That's that this weekend. I know it's in Dallas area, McKinney, Texas. I'll look that up because I saw that. Congratulations to the Harding Bison.
Yeah, they went to Kutztown and ran for 1,000 yards all over them. Not really.
Was it Pennsylvania?
Yeah, they kind of got the shaft on that deal.
Okay.
After being a 1 seed, they had to go on the road. So back in the national title game. So good on them.
I was going to say
chance for a second national championship.
Every title game in that division since 2020 has featured either Ferris State or Harding. So
that's pretty cool.
2 Titans.
Okay. Well, that's so there's some good college football stuff this weekend. Fernando Mendoza takes home the Heisman Trophy. I was happy about that.
Yep.
I think that there's a really good chance that they play Georgia for the national championship. I don't think they're going to beat Georgia if they get there, but Cignetti keeps proving people wrong, so hopefully he proves me wrong. Yeah. Did you see the Pavia thing with the F Indiana sign? That was just that was so perfect because it gave people reasons why Mendoza won. Yeah. I'm so happy that he won the Heisman Trophy Saturday night.
Yeah, I'm being told that this schedule that is on Bet Saracen is wrong. Am I wrong? I'm just reading it right off the Bet Saracen app. So we're getting text in here that we have the schedule wrong, but. Maybe I'm just saying what it says on here. Friday at 7.
There's 3 games on Saturday.
Well,
Bama and Oklahoma's the only game on Friday.
I'm reading it right off here, so my apologies, but that's I just
James Madison and Oregon are in primetime.
But they have 2 games at Friday at 7 on the app. So
James
I guess that's
Madison
wrong.
and Oregon in primetime? God bless.
All right, that's better. So my complaint is null and void, and it is correct, and we'll send a note to Bet Saracen that those times are wrong on their app. So there you go.
All right, hour number 2 coming up. More reaction. Arkansas's win over Texas Tech this weekend in Dallas is next.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Elizabeth.
And this is Robert. And we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
I should say it.
Say what?
Mom, I think he wants to say that it's Christmas time.
Okay, you can say it.
It's Christmas, everyone, and guess what, guys?
What?
Santa shop's here at the Stadium Shop.
Oh, Lord, Mom, here comes that dad side.
Nope, I saw him. Matt, you still do believe in Santa, right?
Sure. Believers do get more presents.
Okay, so what did he get?
Let me guess. A couch for the elves, collars for the reindeer, maybe even a hoodie for Frosty. You know how cold he gets being made of snow and all.
And let me guess, some Razorback jewelry for Mrs. Claus?
Well, yeah, Matt, you better get that Google machine all warmed up. He said he was going to be ordering some more stuff.
Google machine?
Yeah, you know, the Interfacegram WW.
I think he's talking about our website, which you should know by now, Dad. It's shoponrazorback.com.
Or have Santa give us a call at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
So come by 989 South Razorback Road in Fayetteville, and you just might catch Santa home.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Ho, ho, ho.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanar.com. Or call 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
This is the Morning Rush.
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Doe's Eat Place has been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years, and now they're offering smoked prime rib on the weekends. It's a limited supply, so get your reservations in early. Try one of their delicious appetizers or your choice of drinks from the area's largest selection of wine, beer, and liquor. Doe's Eat Place open Tuesday through Thursday 5 to 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended. Follow them on Facebook for more upcoming features and events. Call 479-784-9111 for Doe's Eat Place, 422 North 3rd Street in Fort Smith.
Dental emergencies do not wait, and neither should you. At Valley Urgent Dental, they're here for you on the weekends, whether it's a broken tooth, a painful infection, or a crown that's come loose. Dr. Kendall Roberts and Dr. Doug Terry are ready to help. Why wait till Monday? Call 479-235-5655 now. Valley Urgent Dental is located at 5505 Uper Lane behind Golden Corral in Fort Smith. Valley Urgent Dental, emergency dental care when you need it most.
Hey drivers, got a reefer on the fritz or a trailer that needs some TLC? Roll into High Tech Truck Refrigeration Service in Van Buren, your one-stop, full-service, semi-truck and trailer repair facility, proudly serving you for over 30 years. At High Tech Truck, they do it all. DOTs, preventative maintenance, structural repairs, and expert reefer service. Fast, reliable, and driver approved. Call High Tech Truck today at 479-474-2220. Keep your wheels and your freight moving. High Tech Truck, proud sponsors of Arkansas football.
Dad, you in Besser River Valley?
That's right. Over 15 years, Mike Jr.'s Mow Wash has been keeping homes, driveways, businesses, and even semis looking like new.
So shiny.
We do it all. Houses, commercial buildings, parking lots, trucks, whatever needs cleaning, we got you covered.
People trust my dad because he cares about doing it right.
Call Mike Jr.'s Mow Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowwash.com.
Mike Jr.'s Mow Wash. One call cleans it all.
Champion Cycling wants to help you find the joy in cycling that's been a part of their family for many years. Register today through December 21st at hitthatline.com for your chance to win a specialized road bike just in time for Christmas. Whether you're a child getting your first bike, an adult who hasn't been on a bike in years, or someone who's looking to podium at their next race, Champion Cycling wants to help you find the right bike. A great selection of bikes, cycling apparel, and accessories, and great service. 5500 Mazard Road in Fort Smith. Find your next ride with Champion Cycling.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, lots of sunshine and a little bit warmer than we were on Sunday with highs in the mid to upper 40s. Winds will be light from the southwest. Mostly clear tonight with lows around 30. Sunny for Tuesday, highs in the low to mid 50s. Increasing clouds Tuesday night. Can't rule out an isolated shower. Lows around 40. I'm Matthew Harding with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
This weather information is brought to you by The Solid Rock, your source for inspirational gifts, home decor, women's boutique items, personalized Bibles, and more.
KERX Paris Fort Smith.
You know what's great about video? It does not lie.
ESPN 95.3.
Welcome to the Revo Truth rematch. One of the great Saturdays of the college basketball season begins in Dallas with a Sweet 16 rematch.
Steal by the Razorbacks, knocks to the other end, and a throwdown. Carter with a steal of the stuff, and Arkansas is within 3.
Like all I've done for 2 weeks is work on Carter Knox.
Left side, Brazil, ball fake, and a one-hand throwdown.
How about Trevin? I put him at 5 and put 4 guys around him, and he went to work.
Billy ahead to Acup, layup good. Arkansas leads it by 1 and a foul.
That can get a bucket. He's one of the best guards in college basketball.
So the final's going to be 93-86.
I'm really proud of the guys.
Live from the Bush Light Studios. Produced by Colton Little with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft. This is The Morning Rush.
Did you guys know that Arkansas and Tech are now tied 41 apiece in wins against each other now?
Even
after this win this weekend?
obviously, a lot of Southwest Conference.
I would have thought we'd have been waxing them for all those years.
And that was when I saw that in the post game notes. That kind of surprised me. You obviously had the great game in the Sweet 16 last year in San Francisco. This great game in Dallas on Saturday. But I would have just thought that Arkansas would have held quite an advantage over the Red Raiders, at least in basketball. But it's not the case. And I know I listened to Grant McCaslin after the game, and he was speaking to just not necessarily the Razorbacks, but playing a team in Dallas. I think a lot of Arkansas fans would enjoy playing a type of event like that. You got the New York and the Chicago event, and having something like this, and basketball-wise, would be, I think, something Arkansas fans would enjoy year after year.
All right, we'll head back to the Lewis Automotive Group hotline in just a minute. Don't forget, Arkansas plays Queens tomorrow night, and then they'll head to New York City and play in Jersey coming up at the end of the week against Houston in another heavyweight tilt, if you will, between Arkansas and Houston. So another old Southwest Conference foe this coming Saturday. Hey, by the way, for the Queens game, single game tickets are available. You can be there tomorrow night. A handful of tickets are available now at ArkansasRazorbacks.com, starting at $35. So if you'd like to see the Razorbacks and do that, maybe that's a great holiday gift for someone. Don't miss out on John Calipari and those high-flying Hogs as they build off their Sweet 16 run last year. Get tickets for the Queens game and other single-game tickets available now at ArkansasRazorbacks.com.
And I know it's talked about, and it continues when you continue to play these teams. It continues to be reiterated. You play all Elite Eight teams from last year. This also another one, not just a Southwest Conference opponent this weekend. But Cal talked about it from a scheduling standpoint. This team, especially these freshmen that are not used to playing these type of college basketball games, are going to be well ready by the time Tennessee comes into Bud Walton Arena on January the 3rd, and they'll go into a hostile environment when they go to Auburn that next Saturday. But good experience for Darius and Malik, and just the chemistry and the connectedness that he feels like they have right now.
They're more connected. And each week that goes by, we seem to be more connected. We can do things out of timeouts. We could do things late in the game that we've worked on.
And that's what McCaslin saed about him after the games. Like, Arkansas was just more connected with us. They beat us to 50-50 balls. And part of that was only having 6 guys that they played against the Razorbacks, but even heard the opposing coach say the exact same thing.
Well, he mentioned what you do out of timeouts. That goes for offense and defense. One of the things I've learned to really look at when you want to know, does the coach have his team's attention? Is the team on the same page with their coach? Or inbound plays out of timeouts? Inbound plays in general that they can call, and are they effective? But, man, when you spend 75 or 90 seconds in a TV timeout or longer in certain parts of the season putting a play together, how effective are those? And that's one thing to watch as this season rolls on. John Calipari's teams generally, get that bucket when they're on offense coming out of a timeout. Watch and see how many times they can make a stop or get the right player to foul coming out of a timeout. Those are things worth really noting as the season starts to really pick up and go to the next level with conference play.
I forget at what point in the game it was, but they ran an out-of-bounds play for TB where Toppin fouled him on an alley-oop type of play. I think that was in the second half, but just plays like that where you –
Well, sometimes you have to foul, but making sure the right player who has 1 or 2 fouls in the second half and doesn't pick up their fourth, that's communication, executing the coach's message. So those are all things to pay attention to in my book.
I know people were griping about the officiating. We're going to get to Brent's call in just a sec, but overall it was a pretty clean game for both teams. You had 17 fouls for Texas Tech, 15 for Arkansas. Arkansas attempted a lot more free throws because they drove the ball a lot more. Yes, you would have liked them to call walks on JT Toppin, which he got away with several, it looked like, during the course of the game.
3 or 4. Yeah.
But it was I thought it was just a fun college basketball game to watch. There wasn't a bunch of stoppages or anything. It felt like that most of the fouls that were called I felt like from the jump, they're like, okay, this is going to be a physical game, because I felt like they could have called some stuff earlier. It's like, okay, this is how this game's going to be.
We'll get to Brent's call in just a second. Was there a dust-up or something after the game?
Yeah, there was TB did the old one-finger salute after, and looked like Billy.
These guys stand on business.
Yeah.
They do not let you disrespect them. They will not stand for it.
I got to go back and watch what happened. But yes, there was a dust up.
You couldn't
after
see
the game. It was hard to see in the replay and then after. But yeah, there was a.
I watched
nothing
the
on the
game,
broadcast.
I didn't see anything on the broadcast, but.
Well, they went straight to Cal, so that's why you didn't see that. But those guys don't take any disrespect, and it's ridiculous.
Brent's in Searcy this morning. Brent, go ahead. You're on the Morning Rush.
Hey, good morning, Ty and Tommy. Ty, is today your birthday?
It was last week, buddy.
It's your sister's today, right? Is that right?
Yesterday.
Okay, so she's a day after mine. Okay. I just got one thing to say.
So it's today
Saturday?
Is today your birthday?
Saturday. Saturday was the 13th.
Okay, I got confused. Well, happy belated birthday.
They gave you a win on your birthday, Brent.
Oh, yeah. I just wish, I just wish that I was able to walk as good as J.D. Toppin is, because I'd be batting 3,000.
He got listen, I don't like a lot of walks called when the defense isn't right up on him. I think it just interrupts the game. But these were plays in the paint mainly where Brazil, it seemed like mostly, had good defense on him, and I thought Toppin gained an edge with the footwork he was allowed to have.
I agree. Tommy, did you referee any of the football game this weekend?
No, I had the good fortune of being down there last weekend.
Oh, okay. Which game did you do last weekend?
I had the honor of the 7A game, Bentonville and Bryant.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now you're in basketball mode, right?
Full speed ahead. Yeah.
Well, y'all has anything happened? Have we got any new coaches hired today, or anything good for the football ranch?
Yeah, we'll go over that. Brett, thanks for the call on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. The weekend was busy. Ty, maybe the most notable thing is Morgan Turner staying, and then the hiring of a GM.
Mm-hmm. Yep, go and say his name. I'm going to screw
Geiska
it up.
Crowley.
Geiska Crowley, Clint Trickett, quarterback's coach. These are reported, haven't been confirmed one way or another by Arkansas. And the other notable thing in terms of just Arkansas' schedule is Whittingham stepping down at Utah. Do you guys know the DC's name that's taking over? I know it's the DC, but
committed memory. But yeah, they elevated from within.
Lenora Sellers, quarterback for South Carolina, is working towards the deal to come back to the Gamecocks. That's notable because he's on your schedule this upcoming fall, this next fall, I should say. So that's just kind of some college football coaching and player tidbits that pertain to Arkansas this next year. I'm really curious to see who they can get in portal wise. Lagway entered the portal. Apparently for Florida. I don't know if that's necessarily a name that you get. I mean, they're going to bring someone in the portal. I don't know if they bring 2 guys, but is it a
term quarterbacks? You mean?
Yeah, quarterback. Yeah. Is it going to be a backup, or is this going to be a kid that you feel like is going to battle KJ Jackson for the start?
You have to bring in both, in my opinion.
Yeah, I just don't know how he's going to go about doing that here in the next few weeks. And I know that's one of the things on his Ryan Silverfield's schedule here in the next few weeks in portal is concerned, outside of just getting those light bulb changed in the Fred W. Smith Center, which is funny. There was a Brent was talking about top and walking. Colt and I were talking. Did you see the moment with Trevin and the ref where Trevin just listen, gave him back the ball, was very respectful about it, and then just immediately frowned. It was it was like the Chris Ball thing with Steve Kerr from years ago, where Chris is like smiling at Coach Kerr for a little bit, and then just immediately goes to a frown. It was very similar to what we saw in that game.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you saw the replay, but he had his opponent hooked around.
No, it was
the
a
side.
foul.
It was a foul.
Yeah,
so I don't know what Trevin was. But what happened in that sequence? There were about 3 whistles in a row, bang, bang, bang on Arkansas, and it just kind of, all came at once there. And the one I didn't like was the play that had happened just seconds before. There was a loose ball and a dive for it. I think it was Carter Knox, either Billy or Carter. I think it's Carter that picked up the foul.
Billy,
and they said he hit him on the arm. I thought that was a loose ball. I thought that was a play on.
There was some inconsistencies because Malik Ewan got called for basically offensive pass interference, and then they pushed Pringle in the back when he was trying to catch a pick and roll, and they didn't call that either. So,
but those plays that I'm talking about, they're kind of stacked up on you.
Well, you mentioned Billy.
I didn't care for the first one, but the one on Brazil was a foul.
He was a part of a key sequence in this game Saturday.
Anderson's got the ball. Richmond knocked it away. Billy dives, gets the steal. Billy ahead to Acup. Layup good. Arkansas leads it by 1 and a foul. Acup's going to the line with 7:42 to go.
Billy's stat sheet doesn't ever necessarily jump off the page. He hits all 4 of his free throws, but he's 1 of 5 from the field. He gets 3 rebounds, picks up 4 fouls, but also has 4 assists, which was encouraging. Include that one where he got on the floor and helped with that bucket that Darius got. But he is just such an impactful player, day in, day out. And again, he's going to come off the bench. There's a couple different things that happen when you come off the bench. Malik Ewan's going to give you what could be a double-double. Malik's going to fill it up if he's hot from the three-point line, which he didn't really have a great game comparatively to what he's done the rest of the season. And Billy's just going to be a spark plug guy. I can't say enough about that kid, watching him play each and every game, and he's a reason why you won on Saturday. There's no question about that.
Again, I just keep going back to the depth and the fact that your best 2 players didn't have to go 40 minutes. Tex did.
Man.
And I thought in the last 5, Arkansas ran them out of gas and physically dominated, took over. Cal talked about getting in their legs. He absolutely got in their legs. And Tech's going to get a player or 2 back, but if they try to play that way the rest of the way, they're going to have a lot of problems. And they're not going to, but that's a problem for them.
You got 5 teams in the SEC. Is Arkansas the best team in the Southeastern Conference right now? I would still.
Alabama got hammered.
Yeah, they lost by 21 to Arizona, but I would still.
It's a great team, ranked 1,
number 1, correct. I would still say Alabama is, and they're like Arkansas. They scheduled really, really tough. Nate Oates did that intentionally, just as Cal did. I would still probably put Alabama out as the best team in the SEC. Last year, you weren't even in the discussion based on injuries and first year with Cal, everything else. But I mean, you're top 25 for a reason. Probably going to be top 15 when they announce the next AP poll. I think I'm still not willing to say they're going to win the SEC just yet because I think they're very, not deficient down low. They're just not consistent down low when you go up against a bona fide center. But I think they can.
It doesn't matter if you win a regular season titles probably matter to coaches because I don't know that it matters. I don't know how Cal would have to tell us how much it matters to him. I think you got to be 1 or 2 in this league to have a chance at a 1 seed and certainly be a 2. And seeding does matter. Now seeding in the tournament does matter. I don't think there's a lot of difference between a 1 and a 2, but you want to be in a position, and I think you've got to be. I don't remember. Did this league? How many 1 and 2 seeds did? I don't remember last year.
Florida, Auburn. I think we're both 1s.
Yeah,
if I remember that right.
I mean, I have to go, but point being, you better not finish out of the top 3 probably to be in the top 2 in this league, depending on how the season plays out. And That's what really matters.
A 1 seed, in my opinion, is not attainable for this team, but I definitely think they can be a 2 or 3 seed on the line. And
how is it not attainable? If you're number one in the SEC, you're going to be a top 10 team.
I just said I don't think they're going to win the SEC.
So I don't think you have to win. I'm saying finish first or second. I think you're going to be in the.
But the league is not, to me,
not as deep as
it's
last year.
It's not as deep. The reason,
heavy.
Yes, but the reason that
that's all that matters when it comes to 1 and 2 seeds is the top of your.
I don't see a scenario this year how anyone that's second or below in the SEC gets a 1 seed, which is basically just second. I don't see that happening because the conference was at an all-time high. It's the greatest in like the history of all these different statistical categories and everything else. You're not going to get the same credit from the committee that you did last year in the SEC.
Would you say the Big 12's down? Who's statistically been
Arizona's number one. They're not. They're not down.
But I mean, you're talking about depth in the league, and you're right. I mean, Kansas isn't quite what they've been.
Duke's going to be a 1. Arizona's going to be 1. The number 1 team in the SEC is going to be 1, which I don't think is going to be Arkansas. Then
Michigan or a Big Ten team like the ACC
Michigan.
team.
And Michigan State's got a pretty good non-conference resume that's been built up at this point.
Second or third in this league may get you. But again, you got to be one of those top seeds. And whether you finish second in this league or first, I wouldn't go all out to finish first to try to get the 1 seed. But you just play them. You just play them a game at a time. These are not discussions. I don't think they sit around the Fred Smith Center or whatever it is, the basketball center over there and talk about
Eddie Sutton practice
facility. I don't think they sit around in a circle and talk about those things. They just talk about how to get better for the next game. And I know they got Queens, but they're let's be honest, they're probably talking a lot about how do we get better for Houston on Saturday.
And 4 of the teams left in the Elite Eight last year, 3 of them are in your conference.
Chance from Clarksville saying Arkansas is by 5. And I would guess people's opinions have changed about this upcoming game on Saturday based on what happened this past Saturday. Prior to, again, you beat Louisville at home, but you hadn't won a marquee neutral site game this year yet. You hadn't played a lot of them, or any, I should say. But I say that. You played in Chicago earlier this year. But now I think people are, and not just the people that like us as fans or radio hosts or whatever, I think the team now feels differently about this game on Saturday. If you lose on Saturday, you still don't have that non-conference neutral site win. It's one thing to win at home. It's another thing to go into an unknown building and win. I think this team thinks completely different about this matchup against Houston than they did prior to the game on Saturday.
Hey, when it's time to spruce up your existing home or even build a brand new one, trust the experts at Farm Credit of Western Arkansas to help you choose the right financing option that's best for you and your family. Go to myaglender.com or drop by any one of Farm Credit of Western Arkansas's 25 locations today and get started on building more family memories. That's myaglender.com for Farm Credit of Western Arkansas.
Mentioned some college basketball stuff. There's plenty of NFL news yesterday, including this unfortunate injury with Patrick Mahomes.
Watching it again, hit by hand. Watch as he goes to the ground. It looks like the left knee. Yep, you saw it. You saw it almost like it popped, it almost hyperextends, like it straightens out as it hits into the ground. Watch this next step, the left knee right here.
ACL out for the year. He'll be back at some point in 2026. Don't know what that timeline. And it kind of reminded me. So we've talked about Mahomes and Brady, right? That's always going to be the comparison with him and the Pred. I mean, Brady tore his 07. Was it against your Fins, Colton?
It was the next year, I believe. It was 08. It was the Matt Castle year.
Okay, so and you had the 3 Super Bowls at the beginning of his career, and then you have the back end of Super Bowls that he was able to get. You had that injury. They treated quarterbacks differently after that because of what happened to Brady. Is this, I mean, I would think Kelsey's probably on his way out. Don't know about Andy Reid just yet. But we're going to find out about Kansas City, not just next year, but years to come. Can he have that second act post-injury? Because it was supposed to be just a second act. But now he's got to deal with this. And this process is like an 8 to 9 month recovery process, which puts it well.
Do we have an official diagnosis on this?
I think Schefter put it out, unless I'm making that up.
I'm asking because I don't know.
Torn ACL out for the season. So yeah, that's done.
And you think about it. I mean, you got plenty of time to rehab that, but Brady. Brady did it. If Brady could do it, do you think Mahomes can? I mean, my answer is yes. Question is, do they structure contracts and get the right pieces around him? Here's the question: is Mahomes as driven as Brady? Because I don't think there's Brady and Jordan are like 1 and 1A to me, the most driven athletes I've ever witnessed. And will Mahomes be as driven as Brady seemed to be on his comeback? That's what I would have some doubt about.
Dennis points out a similarity. Both were after year 9, after losing the Super Bowl.
Brady's happened in week 1, and the Patriots went on to have a really respectable season that year.
Matt
The Chiefs are
right?
absolutely done, and they're depleted.
Well, and they've been eliminated from the playoffs. The other thing I think about is Brady still had Belichick as his head coach.
Yep.
I don't think that that's going to be the case for the rest of Mahomes' career. Now, he might be back. Reed might be back next season, maybe. But I don't think
the opportunity to coach guys like Patrick Mahomes
keeps you on the hook. Yeah.
Don't. I mean, as a coach, that's the joy of it. I mean, getting to coach an athlete like that, do fields make farmers or farmers make fields? What makes a great coach? Great athletes. I mean, and you don't get, and how Mahomes comes back and if he's going to be as capable as he was before will probably determine a lot of what Andy Reid does. But if you got a knee that's been surgically repaired and maybe comes back better than it was before, and Mahomes is driven like Brady was, man, how would you not? Why would you not want to coach that?
Still have a good defense like Brady had too.
Spagnola. You mentioned you were asking this question last week about Brady coming back like Phillip Rivers. Apparently, because he has a minority ownership, he can't. He said that. Rivers in his first start. I say first start.
He could just get rid of that minority ownership. Yeah. That'd be pretty easy to do.
Seattle. That was a good game. Seattle beats Indianapolis 18-16.
Wish I could have watched it.
It was, I know you had to deal with the television and whatnot.
And the snow ponies.
Broncos win again. My goodness gracious! I wish the Waldens would help with this football program as well because their Broncos are doing good. Buffalo came back against New England. That was a great game. Burrow might retire, it sounds like, or go to try to ask for a trade. And then Dallas lost to Minnesota at home last night. Ugh. It's kind of a rundown of the NFL stuff that happened this weekend.
Hey, with the Oaklawn Sports app, you can find all the college football playoff games for this coming weekend, and then the NFL with some games Saturday and Sunday as it's all winding down. Football playoffs here. The lines are there at Oaklawn Sports. College basketball and the Arkansas-Houston game will be up later this week. You got the NBA and the in-season tournament, the NBA Cup is going on. Right now, if you sign up, so the point is, lots of stuff, lots of good TV. If you're going to be sitting around for the holidays, why not enjoy it a little bit more with the Oaklawn Sports app? New customers earn up to $1,000 in bonus bets. There's a 10% profit boost for new and existing customers on 3-leg parlays that qualify. And funding and withdrawing from your account has never been easier than it is right now. With Oaklawn Sports, you can ACH, you can use your debit or credit card, PayPal, Venmo, on-site cash. If you're in Hot Springs, it's never been easier. Bet with Arkansas's best sports betting app. Bet with the brand you trust. Bet with Oaklawn Sports.
Speaking of that NBA Cup tie, you see where your Thunder, they finally lost their game right there at the end. They won like 16 straight, and then the Spurs took care of them before they could get to the Cup final.
They are chasing the all-time record. It's held by the Golden State Warriors. They would rather be the 96 Bulls that not only had the best regular season record ever, but capped it off with the championship. But yeah, Isaiah, Jalen, that team is just it's hard to say flawless, but they are very, very difficult to beat right now. And they've had some injuries and gotten guys back. The depth has just been it's pretty unbelievable what that team has accomplished thus far, and hopefully they can cap it off with the championship at some point. You mentioned the college football playoff. We can talk more about this coming up in our SEC update. The best game of the weekend is Friday night with Oklahoma and Alabama, and then the worst games the following Saturday in primetime this weekend in Oregon and JMU. So it's like I understand the rationale. You're not going up against the NFL this Friday. All eyes are going to be on that game. High schools across the country are pretty much done with high school football.
Winding
right?
down. If they're not done, they're closed. Okay.
So I would think that game is going to draw massive ratings. You're going up against the NFL for the first time this weekend on Saturday with what's ahead in college football. I wish they would put the Miami and Texas A&M game on Saturday night, but they've chosen to play that game at 11 a.m. rather than
they don't want to go head-to-head
with the NFL. Yeah,
that's smart. I say it's the networks making those calls. That's the right decision. So one game Friday night, 3 on Saturday, beginning at 11 a.m.
All right, we got more to talk about in our SEC update coming up, including some SEC basketball scores. Was hoping that the Hoosiers would take down the Wildcats. It didn't happen this weekend. Razorbacks got the biggest win of any SEC school. And we'll talk more about that as we continue on a Hot Take Monday next.
or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive Group, home of the Lewis Guarantee.
How about Trevin?
This is the Morning Rush.
I want to ride my bicycle.
Looking for a new ride or need a tune-up? Champion Cycling in Fort Smith has you covered. From top-of-the-line bikes like Specialized and Surly to expert repairs, apparel, and accessories, we've got everything you need to hit the trails. Stop by 5500 Mazard Road during business hours or shop anytime online at championcycling.com. Champion Cycling, helping you share in the joy of cycling.
Right now, someone in a Hardee's kitchen is about to warm up your holiday with the new grilled cheese bacon burger. Charbroiled 100% Angus beef, bacon, and Swiss and American cheese melting on our soft buttery sourdough. And our new grilled cheese breakfast sandwich with sausage or bacon and a fried egg. For your inner child and your grown-up cravings, the new grilled cheese bacon burger and breakfast sandwich. For a limited time, only at Hardee's. Cinnamon Raisin Biscuits are back. Unwrap them while you can. Only for a limited time at participating restaurants.
Budweiser, the American lager. A time-honored recipe, true to our original process, brewed using the choicest hops, rice, and best barley malt, delivering great quality beer since 1876. Budweiser. This Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Winter has arrived, bringing frosty mornings, holiday travels, and unpredictable roads. That's why it's the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart. From top quality tires to expert service at competitive prices, we've got you covered. Visit our Fort Smith location at 9700 Highway 271 and let us prepare your vehicle for everything winter has in store. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
Family owned and operated since 1950, Crabtree RV Center is proud to have served the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas for 75 amazing years. From a small dealership on Midland Boulevard in Fort Smith to 17 acres located at the junction of I-40 and I-49 in Alma, Arkansas, Crabtree RV Center is your one-stop shop for sales, service, and parts. Come celebrate 75 years with us and take advantage of spectacular savings all year long. Crabtree RV Center, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
Hey drivers, got a reefer on the fritz or a trailer that needs some TLC? Roll into High Tech Truck Refrigeration Service in Van Buren, your one-stop, full-service semi-truck and trailer repair facility, proudly serving you for over 30 years. At High Tech Truck, they do it all: DOTs, preventative maintenance, structural repairs, and expert reefer service. Fast, reliable, and driver approved. Call High Tech Truck today at 479-474-2220. Keep your wheels and your freight moving. High Tech Truck, proud sponsors of Arkansas football.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
Hungry for steak? TGI Fridays in Fort Smith is serving up the best hand-cut 14-ounce ribeyes, tender 8-ounce bacon wrap fillets, and massive loaded baked potatoes. It's the new steakhouse menu at TGI Fridays. And for football nights, Monday and Thursday, it's wings for just 50 cents each, all day long. Boneless or traditional with a 10-piece minimum. Bring the team, bring the fans. Big groups are welcome, and we're open till midnight on Friday and Saturday. TGI Fridays, steaks, wings, football, it's all here at TGI Fridays at 540 and Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
The SEC is the best conference in America.
The tough will survive in this game, and I feel like the SEC is the toughest.
Arkansas is the SEC champion.
You know, every game is a dogfight.
We're about the toughest there is. Week in and week out, you're going to play some of the best, the biggest, the fastest.
The Hawks have finally it's the first SEC tournament championship for Arkansas.
Where opponents' dreams come to die.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
And now the moment everybody has been waiting for. The winner of the 2025 Heisman Trophy is Fernando Mendoza
Saturday night, as Indiana quarterback Fernando Mendoza was named the Heisman Trophy winner, beating out SEC competitor Diego Pavia, quarterback for Vanderbilt, Jeremiah Love, running back for Notre Dame, and then Julian Sain, quarterback for Ohio State. Might see him again. You'll have to wait and see. But Indiana doesn't play this weekend. They've got a bye. It's the number 1 team in the college football playoff. Really cool speech I thought he had. We had a text earlier that didn't like it, but I thought it was cool what he said about his mom.
Mommy, this is your trophy as much as it is mine. You've always been my biggest fan. You're my light. You're my why. You're my biggest supporter. Your sacrifices, courage, love, those have been my first playbook and the playbook that I'm going to carry through my side through my entire life.
You know how, like, seasons roll on and progress and you start to root against teams or coaches or kids? It's been the opposite with me for him. I've just only, the more I listen to him, the more I watch him play, I just like him more and more. And no connection whatever to Bloomington and Indiana outside of Phil going there at one point in time. But man, Tommy, I hope they do it. I hope they beat Georgia or whoever they got to beat to go to the national championship. And you're playing an SEC team either way when it comes down to Alabama and Oklahoma next round.
It's in our DNA to root for the underdog. And Indiana is the Cinderella of the ball here. Even though they're the 1 seed, they are the Cinderella in all of our minds. So, yeah, it's easy to get behind and root for this kid. But I'll be honest, as far as Heisman Trophy, probably the least interested I've been in the Heisman Trophy and who won it and watching it and really having much emotion about it. Probably the least emotion I've had about it, or a hard opinion on who should win it in a decade.
Because there's no debate. Because think about this. You had 2 kids that were not going to the college football playoff, and Jeremiah Love and Diego Pavia. Both had really, really good seasons. But for running back standards, Love's numbers don't stack up to former Heisman Trophy winners. And then on top of that, you got the other kid, Sain, who Mendoza just beat head-to-head in the Big Ten championship game. So you knew he wasn't going to win. So there was no debate. There was no question who was going to win the Heisman Trophy this past Saturday night, which, again, led to the disinterest, not just from you, but I felt like I still watched it just because I wanted to see his speech and everything else. But I completely get where you're coming from.
Just the best player on the number 1 team award. That's what it's turned into. So there's a lot less interest now.
SEC-wise, Arkansas knows its football schedule this upcoming year. North Alabama and Utah to start the season in Salt Lake City on September 12th for the Utah game. Now, Tom, help me on this. Why are they not starting week 0?
I don't know. I like the double bye schedule.
Yeah.
And having that earlier week. This has not always been a permanent. It's been kind of a mainstay the last couple of weeks. I think with a 9-game schedule, only having 1 bye is a mistake.
Yeah, that's what my thought was, too. We agree on that.
Heat and earlier start to camp and the heat at the beginning of the year are a bit of a drawback for on-campus games and ticket sales. But in the end, I think the teams need that second bye. And what it does is it also gives the networks more flexibility on where to put games. If teams have 2 byes, I just think it works out better for TV assignments.
Yeah, so Silverfield, he's getting tossed in the fire early. You get the Cupcake game 1, and then you're going to one of the winningest programs outside of the SEC or Big Ten the last few years in Utah. Yes, Whittingham's not the coach there anymore. We'll see what they look like in a new coaching and system and everything. And then you get Georgia, who I think is going to win the national championship week 3. First home game of the season under Ryan Silverfield. So you're getting tossed in the fire early. He's talked about, hey, we don't need a year or 2. We can get this thing going. You want to, and I will give Sam Pittman credit on this because their opening game in 2020 was against the Georgia Bulldogs. Traylon Burks, who did not catch a touchdown pass the year before, as a freshman All-American type of kid, catches that first one, and you're up on Georgia, at half? Now, you ended up losing the game by 20 or 30. But at least it was like, okay, there's some hope for the future. You won 3 games, and then unfortunately just didn't get where you wanted to go. But you don't necessarily, Tommy, you're not going to win that game. But if you can just show fans sign of life in that game, which is probably going to be against the defending national champion, at least you can move on from that and hopefully build on that. I'm building in a moral victory already, but I'm telling you what's in my head.
You don't know who the quarterback's going to be. You can't name a player on defense, but I get you. We all want something to deal hope, and right now we're getting maybe a little bit of hope. All right, that's our SEC updates brought to you by the Inn at the Mill. 479-443-1800 is the number. The place to stay. It's affordable, number 1. Great location, number 2. Oversized suites and a great breakfast to start the day are 3-4. But really what should come ahead of all of that is the staff. Jennifer and that team do such a great job of making you feel welcomed, making you feel valued as a customer, making sure your preferences are remembered and noted in their files, making sure when you call you don't deal with a AI bot or some kind of phone tree or a national desk that doesn't care about, you're just another reservation number. It's not that way with a locally owned place to stay that's right off I-49 at the Johnson exit. 479-443-1800, 443-1800, or online at inatthemill.com.
Text from BJ, I haven't given a crap about the Heisman Trophy since they snubbed DMAC not once, but twice. Back in 2006 and 2007. Chance in Clarksville, do you think Kane Archer starts against us in Utah next year?
No,
that's not good. I don't know if that is it Dozier? Is that the kid that was their quarterback this year? I don't know if he's back or not, but I would be highly surprised if they trotted out a true freshman in their first big game of the season. I don't know who they played the week before. I'm just going to guess the Razorbacks are their first big game of the year. Other just notes on this: you're going back to College Station, first real game at Kyle Field. You get big home games with Georgia, Tennessee, LSU to end the year. You're playing Texas on the road again, second to last game of the season. But I know it's not in Little Rock, Tommy, like some people want it, but having LSU at the end of the year, man, I am so happy about that. And I was like, put Missouri in the middle to end, which is where they put them on October the 31st. Just happy to have LSU. That's probably my favorite part about this schedule release is they're officially the last game of your season.
Yeah, and all the hunches we had and the clues we had with the band reserving rooms, that tells me the schedule has been done for several weeks now. Schools have had a time to go over it and also get their logistics planned. And pretty amazing they kept all this as top secret as they've been able to do for about 30 days.
And we were talking about Diego Pavia and him showing his butt Saturday night. He won't be on the field for Vandy this next year. I think the last time
he won't be on a field
yeah,
next year.
The last time you've been to Nashville, Tommy, was it 2011 when Tyler and them had to come back? I think that's the last time I think it's been 14 years since you changed.
That may be right.
And now with the new SEC rule, which, I mean, you're going to have, we've known about you're not having the division.
Who was the guy in that game that came down and just destroyed?
Markel Wade.
Wade he was ejected from the game for, this was targeting before we ever heard the word targeting.
I can still remember.
Oh, my Lord, he blew that guy up.
Dave Neal was like, Wade.
Oh.
I still remember him going, Wade's standing up, acting like he did something.
And I remember, Derek and I were doing the morning rush, and callers were calling in wanting to know why the refs called that. Didn't think it was, and we were reading the rule. And when you did what Wade did, the word was, you shall be ejected. Yeah, Old Testament, you shall be ejected.
And you were right, Ty. That October 29th, 2011 in Nashville, that game where Markel Wade did that was the last time that you played against Vanderbilt in Nashville.
And it's going to be nice to be playing again. It's I wish you would have played Oklahoma in these first couple of years since joining the SEC, but you'll get them next year, and then you'll get them in 2028. In 27 and then 29. Well, you'll get a chance to play the Sooners. I can't remember at that
what
game.
What year's Notre Dame? Is that 28? 28.
You go to South Bend on 28th. I know, like Robert Mann was asking. He was texting me earlier here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline about the possibility of playing Tech and football in the years to come. I was like, you're scheduled out for like 10 years. I was just like kind of doing the top of my head between Notre Dame, Oklahoma State, Utah, Memphis. I mean, there's just a lot of things that have already been set up in place. And I also just think like you're at the point now where unless some network or venue is going to pay you a boatload of cash, I don't want to take any home games away from Razorback Stadium or going anywhere else for that matter. It's tough that you have to play Utah in the second week of the season in Silverfield's first year, but it's still better than I think playing in a neutral site game where neither fan base gets the luxury of just having that game at home.
Hey, we're brought to you by Gaston's White River Resort, the place to stay, and winter rates are in effect. Lodging right now, 40% off when you stay during the winter months. I know it's cold today. I don't want to say brutally cold, but it's, you ain't wearing flip-flops today. We'll put it that way. You're going to have to jack it up today. But by midweek, man, we're going to be back in the 60s and 70s across most of our state, and by the end of the week, it's going to be really nice. So I know we're getting a little hit here of cold weather, but an old man winter, but hey, get ready for some great fishing days that are ahead. 40% off when you stay now. Also, holidays. Gaston's gift cards make a perfect gift. We're 10 days away from Christmas, so there's still plenty of time to call and get them to send you your gift card to put in someone's stocking or make that their gift. And I can't think of a better gift for someone that loves the Ozarks, loves trout fishing, to send them to Gaston's. They can get it in any denomination for you, or if you want to say, hey, I'd like to give someone a couple of nights lodging and a fishing trip for a full day and maybe a meal in the restaurant, they can fix you up with the right amount for that as well. 870-431-5202. Call and get your gift cards at Gaston's White River Resort. 870-431-5202. Gaston's, a first-class time every time.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive Group, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years.
I hope this moment shows you that chasing your dreams are worth it, no matter how big or impossible they seem.
This is the Morning Rush.
Up to $11,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $11,000 off, or take 4.9% for up to 84 months. Lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer and go 0 to 60 in under 3.9 seconds for as low as $9.99 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
The new and improved Golf Nut Performance Center will be ready in early 2026. It will be fully equipped with the latest cutting-edge technology to help you play your best golf. Visit the Golf Nut for a great selection of Christmas gifts for your favorite golfer, like rangefinders, clubs, golf balls, apparel, or a gift certificate to the new indoor hitting bay or shop. The Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith.
Valley Family Dental, at the entrance to Riley Farms, provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A, at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a snore guard. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment, or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
I've got some Christmas parties coming up and got to make sure I'm fully stocked. Luckily, the team at Eastside Liquor has me covered. Love me some Fireball, even in candy canes, plus eggnogs and holiday creams, and plenty of Old Smoky. When you stop by Eastside, you can always go through the drive-thru, but I love to just walk in and see what else is new, like the Duck Club Bourbon for hunters. You guys know I can't drink that, but I know a lot of you would. Eastside Liquor, 9390 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. Your #1 holiday stop for wine, beer, and spirits.
Can I refill your eggnog for you?
Want pavement protection that goes the distance? Seal-Tite of Oklahoma now offers Rhino-Tite Premium Asphalt Emulsified Sealant, the next level in driveway and parking lot care. Healthier for the environment, Rhino-Tite delivers superior defense against weather, UV rays, and wear and tear. With its high solids content, you'll get a smoother, stronger, longer-lasting driving surface. Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or a contractor buying in bulk, Seal-Tite has the products and support you need. Visit SealTiteOklahoma.com today and protect your pavement with Rhino-Tite.
Have you had Cheerwine yet? The cherry flavor soda has had people coming back since 1917. This is RD with Platinum Distributing. We help bring Cheerwine to the River Valley for you to try. Nothing goes with food like Cheerwine. Burgers, barbecue, pizza, you name it. Okay, now we're hungry and thirsty. Cheerwine is a one-of-a-kind soft drink with a unique cherry taste that has been delighting Southerners for more than a century. Pick up Cheerwine at your local Jam Mart, Harps, and other fine establishments. Cheerwine, uniquely Southern since 1917.
Hi, this is Lindsay White, and I'm proud to share that White Office Machines has now officially become part of the Datamax family. You'll continue to see the same local support teams you know and trust, plus industry-leading Kyocera copiers with statewide service and expanded IT, phone, and document solutions. Together, we're stronger, and together we're ready to create a raving fan out of your business. I know my dad and our staff are excited about this new chapter, as it takes our capabilities to a whole new level for you. Learn more at datamaxarkansas.com.
When your carpets, upholstery, and floors look dirty and stained, call your local Service Master Clean at 646-4087. Service Master Clean is an industry leader and can remove the toughest stains from your home or office. And they back their work with a satisfaction guarantee. Eliminate dirt and grime from your carpet, hardwood, tile, and laminate floors. Call your local Service Master Clean, 479-646-4087. That's 646-4087 or online at servicemasterpc.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
You can pay for breach.
The worldwide leader in sports.
It was her first call game with my wife, and we ended up on that field. We were in section 104.
Brother, you just turned the light bulb on. You gotta go with somebody. At least I go with the winner.
Tommy, they're great.
You're listening to The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
How about Trevin?
Brazil comes to set a screen, pick and pop. Trevin for three from the right wing, and he just drained another one. 4 threes for Brazil. Arkansas is within one.
What a game.
70-69 with 8:10 to go.
You think about 44 points from Trevin Brazil and Carter Knox combined. Trevin had a really good game against Louisville, fantastic game against Texas Tech. Carter, I know, struggled a little bit lately, and Cal talked about that. But we've talked plenty about Anderson and Toppin, but Tommy, those two, they go in for 44 on Saturday.
Yeah, two outstanding players. And, the more I've thought about it, you play in Houston this week, another top 10 team. Texas Tech they 17 or we
16.
They were 16. We were 17. Arizona's number 1. Who else am I missing in that Big 12? I mean, you have some really good teams over there. So, I mean, they're going to be fun to watch as the year unfolds for sure. APAC and Standard Materials Group is your number 1 source for top quality aggregates, asphalt, and ready-mix concrete. Whether you're working on a small residential project or a large-scale commercial job, APAC has got you covered, and no job's too big or too small. You need expert advice. Their construction consultant services ensure you're always on the right track. Here's their phone number, 479-587-3300. 587-3300 for all your rock, asphalt, and ready-mix needs. It's APAC and Standard Materials Group, 587-3300.
I didn't clip any of this out, but Darius and TB were the ones with the media after the game, and they talked about the chemistry that they built up. There was a pretty heavy two-man game between Toppin and Anderson, but there was a good two-man game with TB and Darius as well. Again, this is a kid that's coming in his freshman year. TB's played a lot of college basketball. He's in his 5th year. Darius, not so much. Just the continued growth that you've seen from him these last few weeks, and his assist numbers have gone up as well. Really liking that combination because you're just in such a tough situation when you get these pick and rolls because Darius can shoot, he can get to the rim, and TB we know can shoot. And if you close out hard on him or jump, he's going to drive by like he did Toppin. So that will continue to watch that manifest and grow throughout the season is that combination here in these next few weeks, and hopefully we can say the same thing after Saturday night.
Yeah, and it'd be a huge net one win, and just think about the net rankings. It's not too early to think about those things and how it sets you up going into conference play. I don't know, and I don't mean to put you on the spot. When do the first net rankings come out?
I think they're. So Arkansas, like you said, quad 1 ahead. They got one on Saturday.
They got one there.
I think they're out. You can search them right now.
I haven't paid any attention to them. Sometimes it's a little bit later. We paid attention to the college football.
They'll put
playoff.
out. So you're thinking about the top 16 seeds that are coming out. So they'll do that.
The net rankings may be up on the NCAA website
net rankings
already.
are up from the beginning of the season.
Okay.
The seedings are later on. Yeah.
Where are we at net ranking then? That's what I don't know. And here's why. No one's talking about it yet. But now you've had a quad 1 win, and you start thinking about a quad 1 opportunity this Saturday, and you've played a couple of big quad 1 games that you didn't win. You're wherever you come out in the poll today, probably 13, 14, somewhere in there. So does that match up with the net ranking? I don't know. I think you played a good enough schedule, but like you said, Bama's played a great schedule. A lot of teams have played a great schedule.
Currently 18 in the net rankings.
Okay. So you're fairly in line.
Hovering around that 16. What Tommy's talking about is the NCAA will release the top 16 seeds. Now, they don't.
That'll be late January?
Yeah. I can't remember the timeline on that, but you would love to wind up in that first one because it shows you're a top 4 seed with a chance to grow. You'll have chances throughout the SEC this upcoming season. And again, this team's not fully developed or not fully ready. I do think you have a sense, like you're playing the 8 guys, see who's going to play if you're blowing out a team, or if Cal's so mad at the guys that are on the floor that he's going to play him, or if a guy gets injured. That's the pathway to a 9-man rotation, but it's an 8-man rotation. If it's a close game, it's going to be an 8-man rotation, and that's pretty much. Again, you mentioned Pringle. Statistically, they're better defensively with Pringle on the floor. He didn't give you much at all offensively. He had a couple butterfingers, got pushed in the back on one of them. You would like to see more out of your 5s, and I know like Ewan had an okay game. He wasn't bad. I know we point to scoring a lot of times, but Malik Ewan in this game finishes 4 or 5 for 9 points. Also added 6 rebounds. Had a couple key offensive rebounds in that stretch where Arkansas started to go on a run. But that would be if you're going to say, Todd, what's the biggest weakness of their team? It's the 5 position, and I don't really think it's a debate at this point. But Ewan can do it because he did it at Florida State. He's shown it at times this season. It's just not that consistent.
So we'll see how it comes. You're 8-2. I believe that's right. I know you've only lost 2. It's 8-2, I believe, and you haven't thrown up on your shoes yet. I mean, even Michigan State and Duke, you played well, had chances to win those games. If you end up beating Houston, you win this week. Let's see, that'd be you got the Queens game, make you 9. If you found a way to beat Houston, 10, 11 with Jay. If you're 11-2 going into conference play, it just can't be one of those years where you're 11-2 and the next thing you look up you're
11-7.
You're 12-6. That's what can't happen. And we've seen, and I say that because we've lived it. We've seen it.
Started 0-5 last year,
and you just can't have that kind of start after having, to me, to this point, what's been a successful non-conference season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and again, you've got a tough stretch to begin the year with Tennessee at home, then road games with Ole Miss and Auburn. It lightens up a little bit with South Carolina at Georgia. Vanderbilt's probably the surprise team of the SEC.
They're
thus
top
far.
10 in the net rankings right now.
Yeah, they have been. Mark Byington, I think is his name, the head coach there. LSU, I know is at least through. I don't think they played anybody non-conference, but they've looked good thus far. So really tough. Lines up, and then we'll see how the remainders. But the big ones, like if you're going to circle games on the schedule this season, it's Tennessee at home to start the conference play, start the new year. It's the Kentucky game at the end of January. It's the Auburn game on the road, the third game of the season conference-wise, and then Alabama on the road later on the season. Then you get the Boogie reunion tour in February. I think.
So, do you like this kind of non-conference that Cal's given us? You play at Madison Square Garden. You're going to play in New York again against Houston. You play Thanksgiving Day in a marquee. Or would you rather go to Maui? Would you rather go to the Bahamas and play in Atlantis? Would you? What, as a fan, what do you prefer?
I like this setup better. Now, I wish more games were at home. He's talked about, like, it's hard to get a team to North Little Rock because then you'd have to go on the road to play them, like a marquee team. Dallas
Fayetteville or North Little Rock?
North Little Rock.
Okay.
Like when I'm thinking about these games. Dallas is regionally close. New York is, and I know it's in New Jersey, but New York is a destination type of place. I wish they could get them home and homes, but television likes when they're in bigger towns and bigger marquee venues and events. And I mean, I don't know what the deal was with Rev Recruit, but obviously they saw enough value in it to bring both Texas Tech and Arkansas down there.
They had a belt to give away.
Mm-hmm. And Maui and Atlantis, that's lost a lot of its luster in the last several years.
I think Arkansas's next step, I mean, going to, I know he's mentioned Chicago, but that Vegas tournament with the NIL payout, I would think
That's the new one.
that would be appealing for Arkansas to try and play in that next year.
Hey, reminder, the Morning Rush on the road tomorrow. Clay Henry's going to join us. We're going to be at Dwayne Hayda's Rivertown Gallery in Mountain Home. We're going to talk to Dwayne about his original artwork that depicts wildlife and the Ozark landscapes. He does replica fish that are the best I have ever seen. And if you like to have kind of an Ozarks and outdoor decor in your home, these one-of-a-kind hand-painted works that Dwayne does are incredible. We'll have some great pictures up. Hopefully you could come by if you're in the area. It's 3512 Highway 62 West in Mountain Home. Clay's going to be there. We'll be there 9 to 11 tomorrow. And come and see us at Dwayne Hayda's Rivertown Gallery. Again, that's tomorrow, 3512 Highway 62 West in Mountain Home.
All right, that's going to do it for us on the Morning Rush. Bud Light Morning Rush podcast going to be out. Plenty of reaction from the weekend on a Hot Take Monday between Arkansas winning, college football news, Razorback reported coaching hires, and Fernando Mendoza winning the Heisman Trophy. Coming up, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, Big C halftime on the way next.
Powerball jackpot from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is now more than $500 million. So, what would you do if you won?
I would buy a mansion